He says that we have to go through the transition even if the change is good. It's easier to see this from a change like a breakup. But he says even with good change, always something familiar is taken away. And so we have to go through the endings and the neutral zone before we can get to the new beginning. Now, thinking back and bringing this back to the world of kids who've been in care, does that ring true for you, Raisa?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the story we were talking about earlier, where you had to go through a change, which was supposed to be a good change, which is you got to go to a new home.
Right. I moved out with my mom, and I had to live with my aunt, and that was.
It was supposed to be a good change, right?
It was supposed to be a good change, right?
Right. But what was your reaction?
I mean, my reaction to the whole thing, it was like I was really like confused about stuff. I didn't know, like, it was just hard for me to get used to it, basically.
Uh-huh.
You know?
And what was the interaction like with your aunt?
With me and my aunt, I mean, at first we barely talked, and if we did, it was, I had something smart to say, and she lashed out at me and all that. We didn't have an understanding. We didn't take the time to kind of, okay.
Now, see, Bridges would say that's the ending.
Right.
Because there's the anger, there's resentment, and Bridges would say both of you are going through a change. It's a new home for you, but for her, there's a new person in her house, taking time and space and demanding time. Bridges would say you're both going through an ending, and you're going to have anger, resentment, all the things we talked about, and that those then we tend to act them out with each other. So there's a neutral zone concept? Does that make sense thinking back on that change of going to a new place? So can you remember when it sort of started feeling comfortable at your aunt's house?
When I started to feel comfortable. I guess when we started to really talk more, and we gotten really used to each other, and I kind of opened up to her. And she made it feel like home for me. So, and that's what caused me to open up, basically. And I mean, that pretty much helped us.
That's the new beginning.
Right.
And what the thing that Bridges says is, first of all, every change, there comes a transition. It has endings, neutral zone, and a new beginning, but it's not linear. You go back and forth, but when you look back on it, you realize there comes a time when you're finally comfortable in the new place.